Hi, Solly. Welcome to Big Screen Nation. If you like what you see or hear, like, subscribe, hit the notification buttons. We're going to be here every week. Hi, the video I'm going to talk about today, the movie I'm going to talk about today is a Netflix film called The Platform. Now, when I first took interest into this film, it was on number one on the Netflix charts for films. But with all this lockdown thing and me not feeling too well, I didn't watch it straight away. But I had quite a few messages from a few people, a few subscribers and few of my friends saying, how come you're not talking about this film, The Platform? So I decided to watch The Platform, and it was number one at the charts. It went to number 6. Anyway, let me talk about the film. The film's about a prisoner, who wakes up in this prison, and this prison's like 4 concrete walls with a big hole, a big square hole through it. And what happens in the prison is that a platform comes, stops on the floor with food in it, and they're allowed to eat whatever they want from that within the time period that the food stays there. Then the food moves down to the next level, and the next level, and the next level, and the next level. Now, this prison is a prison with multiple floors. So, it turns out that there's hundreds of floors, and it's only one platform full of food that happens. And, the people there have this mentality that, it's everyone for themselves. Now, there's a main character in this film. I can't pronounce his name. I think it's Goreng or something like that. And he comes into the prison and he wakes up on the floor. Now, he's in the prison for reasons that he explains later on in the film, which is quite stupid to want to be in a prison. But he's in a prison for a very stupid reason. And he's just seeing chaos, cannibalism, and all sorts of things going on. One thing I've always noticed about these films when it comes to survival, right? How comes they always show that when people run out of food, they start eating each other? Me? Nah, no way. I've never been in that position before, but nah, I ain't gonna start turning into some cannibal. I just don't believe in. I don't believe in eating someone. It's raw meat as well. There's nothing to cook with, anything like that. But anyway, there's cannibalism going on in there. There's rape and all sorts. It's just one mad prison. And then one day, after how long, this main character guy, decides he wants to try to get out of prison with the help of a new inmate that comes to him, who is a black guy, But this black guy wants to try to get out of prison by himself first, because he believed he was on the 6th floor, and he believed he could climb up. So he kind of tried to get out and tried to convince the other people to catch his rope and pull him up. And the most foulest thing happens, as he's climbing up, they hold the rope from as he's climbing up. One of the prisoners, a woman, pulls down her pants and poos on his head, and he drops. There's a lot of nastiness that goes on in there. A lot of things, people pissing on each other and all sorts of stuff like that. Now, I don't like this sort of disgustingness, but I decided to stick with the movie anyway. Now, the movie started to have some purpose, halfway through, when they was gonna try to get out the prison, right? The black guy and Goreng, They tried to get out of prison. They developed this plan to kind of work out how long it's gonna take for you know, the platform to get to each floor, and then the platform always goes back up to the top again. So they want to try and, like, they do the maths and try to work it out. I mean, everything doesn't turn out according to plan, but, you know, they're still following the plan anyway. Right? Now, what got my nerves about this film, that they just want to get out, but this guy sees a wise man inside who kind of tells him that they need to send him a message upstairs. So, and the message is a piece of food untouched that goes back to the kitchen that made it. Yeah. Now, okay, let's just cut to the chase, right? That doesn't end up happening because they end up giving this to a girl, a little child, an infant child, not infant, but, you know, a young child that's inside, to feed them, because this young child's on the lowest level of this prison. Yeah. Now, they're supposed to send, they decide that the girl's the message, yeah, not actually the food. Yeah. So they send the girl up. Basically, the film ends like that. Yeah. There's no idea of what it looks like outside the prison. The person who's in the prison, whose purpose was to try to get out of the prison, doesn't get out of the prison. Yeah. The black guy who kind of wants to get out of prison, he doesn't make it out of prison. So what was the purpose of this film? What was the purpose of this film? To me, it was like a waste of time. Yeah. It had a good lineup. Yeah. And the thing is, the film's quite a long film, right? So the time stretches. So you're waiting all the way to the end to see some sort of conclusion to it. But really and truly, it's just left open. So for me, the film was a waste of time. Yeah. If there was a part 2, I wouldn't even see a part 2. Yeah. The film had good bits in it, but for such a rubbish ending, I can see why the platform on Netflix went from number 1 to number 6. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. Yeah. So the first part of the film, I'd say, is really good because it builds up the story, builds up the contention. The middle after the film goes like very kind of like, you know, flattish. Towards the end, gets kind of good, and then they just screw it all up. With that said, because of how disappointing the ending is, I would give this film a 2. I'd give it 2 out of 5. And because it's on Netflix, because most of the world is on lockdown and, you know, can't really go out anyway. If you're bored, watch it. If you want a film with purpose, don't waste your time, because you're not going to get that from the platform. That's my thoughts on this. If you like my channel, if you like hearing me review films, just add notifications. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell. Add me to your notifications. I will keep doing this. Yeah? Have a good day, everybody.